But it is very nice that you have all of those shades here in one palette rather than having to take the rust quad. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to a new background. I'm actually just literally filming in my grandparents' bathroom. And if it seems like I'm sweating profusely, I actually am. Because my grandparents are old people and they literally keep it at like 82 degrees in this house. So I've got like wig and lights and I'm just like, whew. But today we are going to be reviewing the Kat Von D Lolita palette. This is a palette that I have been waiting to come out for like 3 years. So when I finally saw that it was a thing, I kind of got really friggin' excited. And especially since it's coming off the tails of that whole fetish problem, I'm sitting here hoping, please let this be good. I am wearing a full face of Lolita today. Lolita eyeshadow, Lolita blush, Lolita liquid lipstick. The palette looks like this. It is absolutely stunning. You open it up and you try to fold it. Oh, is it gonna fold back? You mostly fold it back, and here are the array of colors. These are very much my tones. Now it does have a shade in here, Lolita, which is the Lolita single in the palette. So I'm like, I understand why it's in there, but it's like, it's a shade that you've already released as a single. The palette is going to run you $39, which is on par with her palettes this size, like her Divine palette and the Pastel Goth. Unsure if it is a limited edition or not, but if it does follow the same theme as those palettes, it is going to be a limited edition. A little bit bummed that the whole Lolita theme was not taken to a like bigger, grander palette size. I would have loved to have had one that was the size and the construction of her shade and light, but this is what we've got here. Obviously, it is what I'm wearing on my doll lock peepers today. I started out with the shade Besitos, then I went into, I think I just immediately went into Lolita, and then we did a little bit of Corazon, and then deepened it up even more with Eterno. Is it an all matte palette, which is something that I am 100% okay with, but enough of the talk, enough of the sweating. Let's just get into giving you some swatches, then we're going to talk about it. Alright, we're just going to go from lightest to darkest. This one is Promesa, which I know that Kat Von D has like Latin and Spanish or something heritage. That's what she is. Not sure how it collaborates with the Lolita theme, either from the novel from Gorbachev. I'm just not seeing a connection there. I don't know, but here that one is. It's just like a pink based setting shade. Then we have Besitos right here, going on like that. Next up is Recuerdos. I literally took like 4 semesters of Spanish and I remember like, hola, ¿cómo estás? And that's about it. So this is like, I don't even know. If someone out there knows all the whatevers about these, do let me know down in the comments below. Then we have Hermosura, which is basically, I mean, these two are basically like a lighter and then like a cooler Buon Fresco, but that is a shade that I love. Next up is Con Amor, and then we have Lolita, which is very powdery, I will say that right off the bat, but it's so pigmented. Then last but not least is Corazon, which is also very powdery, and then Eterno right there, showing them right there. Alright, so there we have the swatches going on. As you can see, obviously my color scheme, my thing, my aesthetic. But now that you've seen the swatches, let's just get talking about this thing and whether I think it's good quality, whether I think it's something that you need, quote unquote, in your collection. Okay, starting off with just straight up the packaging. I always love Kat Von D's lettering, her aesthetic, how how she kind of creates the theme throughout the packaging. I am a big fan of that. And then opening up inside, obviously, I am a fan of this color scheme. Like I said, I've been waiting for her to do her Lolita palette thing for a while now. And now that she has, I do absolutely love the colors. I will say that a large majority of these shades, especially Lolita, Corazon, Con Amor, Recuerdos, whatever that is. Those shades are very powdery. They are very akin to her regular formula in her Shade and Light palette. Also, if you've worked with the Lorac Pro formula and have worked with Kat Von D, it's very familiar to the Lorac Pro formula, where it's just a very soft, a very just dusty, you know. Usually what I do is I take my brush and I'm like, oh look, there's fallout, and then I'll just try to gently pick up the fallout in the pan without like scraping the eyeshadow again. But that's just me. I don't mind working with like crazy powdery shadows. They are very pigmented. Like these deeper shades are just like, you just get a little titchy bit and then you look on your brush, you're like, whoo, that's a lot of pigment. So you just gotta do the kick off that excess and then go in like that. They blend beautifully. This is very much the formula from Kat Von D that we know and love. It just blends gorgeously. There is no muddying. The transition goes on well. They just perform absolutely beautiful on the eyes, which is what I was hoping for. This is how I would have liked the mattes in the Fetish palette to be, but they weren't. She released this one. I'm very happy. However, although this like color scheme is really beautiful, I feel like if you own the Lolita single, which I feel like a lot of people did get, or if you own her like, if you have either her Rust Quad, before they're currently getting discontinued because she's going all vegan, the Rust Quad or the Plum Quad, or if you have them both, you don't need this. As I was using this and going through it and swatching it and testing it out on my eyes, I was like, you know, I feel like you could get a very similar look from those other palettes that she's released, which is a little disappointing because when she brought out this whole like Lolita theme, I would have loved to have a palette full of crazy, awesome, well not crazy, but new, unique colors that weren't necessarily things that you could find in her products that already exist. But it is very nice that you have all of those shades here in one palette rather than having to take the Rust Quad, having to take the Rust Quad and the Plum Quad and the Lolita Eyeshadow with you. You just have it all in one. I don't have anything bad to say about the quality of it, except for the fact that if you do not like a powdery eyeshadow, don't go for this. I honestly think that this is one of Kat Von D's most user-friendly palette releases, because when she released the Divine palette around this time last year, it was great, but it wasn't exactly something that a lot of people could use on a daily basis. This is a palette that you can do for work, you can do for school, or you can do some more crazy whatever looks if you wanted to vamp it up a bit. Which I think is really nice because that way it can apply to like a whole different selection of spectrum of potential buyers. But like I said, if you already own, say, the Naked Heat, the Naked Cherry, Modern Renaissance, even like one of the Morphe 35B ones, this is definitely not a color scheme that people are missing out on because it has been done. But for me, I do absolutely love it. I am so happy that she brought back onto the quality train. I'm happy that she finally released the Lolita palette and did give us really good quality, a nice selection of shades that go very well. You've got cool and warm, and yet they all play very nicely together, because I started out very cool, Lolita is warm, then we went cool again to deepen it up, but it still worked out, at least I think so. It still worked out pretty well. But honestly, that is all I have to say about this. I know this is a pretty ding-dang short review. It's a smaller palette, but I was super excited about this palette. I was very happy to finally get to review it for y'all. Definitely let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. I know for Kat Von D, she is like canceled for a lot of people, and I totally understand reasonings and whatever behind that. I'm gonna kind of keep all my thoughts and my whatevers together until I do my either problematic beauty company owners video or my video talking about her and Jeffree Star. So until then, I have the palette. I love it. It's probably going to be something that I reach for a lot because the color scheme very much is my thing. It's also going to be a nice complementary palette to other warm tone red berry palettes that I own. Definitely let me know what you think about this palette down below in the comments. If you have it, you plan on getting it, you don't have it, you hate it, you love it. We do this every time. Just let me know what you think down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!